Buzz. Arguing for the end of adult marijuana prohibition is easy because we have facts, science, reason, compassion, evidence, truth, and logic on our side. It is even easier when researchers catalog it all for us. Learn how to gather the facts on marijuana use, arrests, seizures, rehabs, drug tests, and more in this edition of Drug War Data Mining.
Welcome back, everyone. 22 after the hour. And in the Drug War Data Mine today, I just wanted to take some time to play around a little bit with Microsoft Excel, a tool that I find invaluable when crunching numbers in the Drug War Data Mine. There's all sorts of data out there, and we've covered them here in this segment, but sometimes you need to take that data from the net and mess with it a little bit in Excel to get what you want. So I wanted to show just some basic techniques. First of all, let's suppose that you've got an election coming up and there's a particular vote that you want to track. So you might have a measure and how many yes votes and how many no votes that measure might get. For an example, let's say that we've got Initiative 1, we'll call it, and this would be an initiative in any old state, doesn't matter where, we're just pretending here. And as you calculate the votes, you might find that the votes, you want to know what the percentage was, the winning percentage. So let's just put in a fake number for votes here. Let's say we got 87,051 votes, just to pick a number. And for no votes, let's say it was 68,564. Again, we're just making up numbers here. And what you want to know is what is the win percentage on that. Excel allows you to make pretty simple formulas that can determine these sorts of things. And trying to find a percentage is a very, very common thing that you might have to do. Finding a percentage just means taking the number that you want a percentage of and dividing it by the total. Now, in Excel, the number we want the percentage of is how much did we win by? That would be this cell here, B2, right? And then we want to divide it by the total number of votes to find the percentage. That would be whatever you get when you add B2 and C2, if we could add those two numbers together. So the way you do that in Excel, as you do with any formula, you start off with an equal sign. That says, hey, Excel, we're about to tell you a formula. Now you can type this in manually if you like, but I always find it easier to use the mouse because then it's very unlikely I'm going to make a typographical error. Remember that we wanted cell B2 and to divide that by the total of B2 plus C2? That's easily doable if we click here. After we've typed the equal sign, we'll click on what we want, cell B2, and notice how that fills in B2 for you and kind of highlights which cell B2 is. Now you know you're not going to make a mistake. Then to do your division, you're going to do a slash. That's division in Microsoft Excel. The next part's real important. We can't just take B2 plus C2 at this point because the order of operations means that it's going to do division first, then addition. If we just went with B2 plus C2, what we'd end up with is B2 divided by B2, and then we'd add on C2, and that wouldn't really tell us what we want. We need that total to be figured out first, and to do that, you can use parentheses. Start with a parenthesis, and then go get B2 by clicking, type a plus sign, and then go get C2 by clicking, and then close the parentheses. The parentheses tell Excel, hey, you need to add this up first, and then when you've got that added up, use it to divide into B2. When we press enter, we'll get our answer. And so what we know now is this fictional Initiative 1 got 55.93% of the vote. Now, when you start off with Excel like this, though, maybe you'd like these numbers to look a little prettier, look a little nicer, right? You can easily do that. Highlight the two numbers that you'd like to show, in this case, the vote numbers. It'd be nice to see them with commas, right? So we can, thousands and millions and all that kind of stuff. So there's a nice little button, and let me just adjust the screen here a little bit so you can see it. Oops, get that. There we go. There's a nice button up here on the Excel ribbon that looks like a comma. And you can highlight your two numbers and then just click that comma, and it'll give you the thousands you're looking for. It also gives you 2 decimal points, which really doesn't make a lot of sense when you're talking about votes. You can't have half a vote. So you can reduce the number of decimal points with another handy little button right up here. It looks like little zeros and an arrow, and it's called decrease decimal. Click that twice, And now we're down to just the thousands that we want to see. Similarly, we can do a percentage here. In the win percentage, there's a button right up there that looks like a percent sign. Click that, and you'll get the percentage. Now, Excel's going to round that up to 56%, but if you want to see some decimal points, there's another increase decimal button up there. Click that a couple times, and you'll see that the winning result was 55.94%. We'll do more Excel tricks in drug war data mining in future episodes.